Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Alvarez, and today I'll be exploring the fascinating and complex topic of the teenage brain and self-consciousness. Adolescence is a transformative period, both biologically and socially. During this time, brain development influences how teenagers perceive themselves and how they respond to the opinions of their peers. My goal here is to provide a detailed understanding of why teens are so self-conscious and how this affects their behavior. So, why exactly this topic? I chose this topic because adolescence is a unique stage of life that shapes an individual's identity and their relationships. Teenagers often appear overly self conscious, but this behavior is deeply rooted in the biological changes their brains are undergoing. By understanding these processes, we can better support teenagers in managing the challenges of this stage, whether as educators, parents, or just peers. This presentation will explain the science behind adolescent self-consciousness and its real-world implications. So, what exactly happens in the brain? The adolescent brain undergoes significant remodeling, particularly in areas responsible for self-awareness and social interaction. The medial prefrontal cortex, or MPFC, becomes highly active, contributing to teenagers' growing ability to reflect on themselves and others. Simultaneously, the ventral striatum, a part of the brain associated with rewards, becomes more sensitive to social feedback. These changes make teenagers more attuned to how others perceive them. However, because the brain's regulatory systems, such as the prefrontal cortex, are still developing, teenagers are more emotionally reactive and impulsive during this stage of life. So, why do teens feel watched? David Elkin's concept of the imaginary audience provides a key insight into adolescent behavior. Teenagers often feel as though they are constantly being watched and judged by others, even when this is not the case. This belief stems from their heightened self awareness and ongoing brain development. The imaginary audience leads to behaviors like overanalyzing their appearance, obsessing over social mistakes, or avoiding situations where they might feel embarrassed. This can significantly influence their confidence and interactions with peers. So, how do peers affect teens? Elkin also identified the concept of the personal fable, which complements the imaginary audience. This is the idea that teenagers believe their experiences and emotions are entirely unique and not shared by others. For example, they may feel that no one else could possibly understand what they are going through. Th- This sense of uniqueness can make them feel isolated, but can also lead to risk taking behavior, as they might believe they are invulnerable to the consequences others might face. The personal fable is natural, though sometimes challenging, though a sometimes challenging part of adolescent development. So, and then we have the study by Somerville. Research by Somerville and her colleagues in 2013 provides direct evidence of teenagers' heightened self consciousness. In this study, adolescents were told they were being observed by others. Brain imaging showed increased activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, a region associated with self reflection and social evaluation. At the same time, teens experience stronger emotional and physical responses, such as sweating or increased heart rate. When they believe they were being watched, this research shows how biological changes in the brain amplify their emotional sensitivity to social scrutiny. And then we also have Elkin's theory. David Elkin's research in 1967 on adolescent egocentrism further explains why teens are so self-conscious. He found that teens often overestimate the amount of attention others give them, leading to exaggerated feelings of judgment and embarrassment. This egocentric thinking reinforces their belief in the imaginary audience. Although this stage is temporary, it has real consequences for their behavior and emotional health, influencing how they navigate friendships, school, and family dynamics. Then we have research by Blakemore and Mills. In 2014, Blakemore and Mills explored why teenagers are so sensitive to peer opinions. Their research revealed that brain changes during adolescence, particularly in the medial prefrontal cortex and reward systems, make teens more responsive to social acceptance and rejection. This heightened sensitivity helps explain why peer feedback has such a profound impact on their self esteem and decisions. While this responsiveness is crucial for social learning, it also makes teens more vulnerable to peer pressure. How can this be relevant to educators? Understanding adolescent brain development can help educators create more supportive learning environments. Teens' high in self consciousness means they are most likely to thrive in classrooms that foster collaboration and reduce unnecessary competition. Activities like group projects and peer mentoring can promote positive social interactions while minimizing anxiety about judgment. Additionally, incorporating social emotional learning into the curriculum can help students develop coping strategies to manage their self awareness and peer sensitivity. How can these be relevant to parents? Parents also play a crucial role in supporting their teenagers through this stage. Open communication is essential. Teens need to feel that their emotions are validated and understood. Parents can help by encouraging self confidence and emphasizing that everyone makes mistakes. Creating a safe and supportive home environment allows teens to explore their identities without fear of judgment. It's also important for parents to set boundaries that promote healthy decision making while giving their teens the autonomy they need to grow. So, what are some key takeaways from this? In conclusion, the teenage brain is uniquely wired for self consciousness and sensitivity to to peer opinions. These traits are not flaws, but rather natural outcomes of brain development and social learning. The imaginary audience and personal fable are hallmarks of this stage, influencing how teens perceive themselves and interact with others. By understanding these processes, educators, parents, and society can better support teenagers, helping them build confidence and resilience as they navigate this critical period of growth. Finally, here are the references I used to prepare this presentation. These include research articles and reviews that provide a scientific basis for understanding adolescent self consciousness. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions about this topic.